Listen, I have some bad news for all of you. So listen up when I talk and listen close. Devin the Dream Haney, his upcoming fight with Ryan Garcia is everything but a dream. It's turning into a nightmare. As a result of Ryan Garcia's actions, Devin Haney has now stated he has no intentions of showing up for the press conference. Dun, dun, dun. Subscribe. Devin Haney, on his verified social media, he says, and I quote, "I'm not going to that press conference tomorrow. This dude, Ryan Garcia, wasting mine and everybody's time. F out of here. So get the in the words of Canelo Alvarez, get the out of here." He said it's a waste of time. Why should I even waste my time going to this press conference with Ryan Garcia? Wow. From sugar to this looks absolutely terrible for the whole promotion. It's been that way, which we'll talk about more in this particular video. My name is Ego. I've been covering boxing over 10 years. The best in the business, and it's not even close. If you watch my content, I warned you guys of things like this. I said, I'm not a psychic. I'm not a soothsayer. I don't know exactly what will happen, but this promotion, Haney versus Garcia, to me was disorganized and off to a rocky start. Now, full disclosure, as of me recording this video, that is what Devin Haney has to say. This was at 10:17 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at night. He tweeted this. By the time you watch this video, it'll probably be the word has gotten back to Golden Boy and the promoters and everybody who is affiliated with this particular promotion, like Oscar De La Hoya. Like, we can't expect all these people to immediately react to all this nonsense that's going on behind the scenes when it's almost midnight, you know, as some of this stuff is coming up, right? But let me take you back a step further. The reason why I believe Devin Haney is annoyed, and so much to the point where he's saying, I don't even want to go to the press conference, is because of Ryan Garcia's actions. Ryan Garcia has acted a fool, and no one really knows why. No one really knows what's gotten into Ryan Garcia and why he's acting like this way, right? It's almost like he's a saboteur and he's doing anything to make this a difficult time, including this. You see the picture. Ryan Garcia posted this picture and then he quickly deleted it. But it says, "We lit as uck." You guys should be able to see it on my screen. And he has a bleeze in his mouth. He's smoking. Now, I understand that this fight, and I can appreciate, even though I'm not a smoker myself, I can appreciate this fight is taking place on 420, which is an infamous smokers day, right? 420, right? So I don't know if Ryan is prematurely being festive, but it's really bizarre behavior. Now, I've already made videos talking about this, and every step of the way, I've been right on the money. Ryan Garcia is acting very erratic and very weird. All this erratic, bizarre behavior has people confused. Now, I want to say one of the early things that struck me as odd with this whole Haney Garcia promotion was the day Golden Boy Promotions and Oscar De La Hoya took to their social media and announced this fight would be taking place on the East Coast. If I got to choose a coast, I got to choose the East. I live out there, so don't go there. What song is that? That one's to all my hip hop heads. What song is that from? Let's see if you know the artist and the name of the song. Anywho, Oscar De La Hoya of Golden Boy Promotions, who currently promotes Ryan Garcia, took to social media and he announced the Ryan Garcia Devin Haney fight, to the surprise of many, was happening in the East Coast. Previously, it was reported that this fight was going to take place on the West Coast, Nevada, Las Vegas, to be more specific, right? So at the end of the day, people were a little bit shocked, a little bit stunned that the fight had moved from the West to the East Coast. But none the same, you know, the people on the East Coast, the people who live in New York, they're like, all right, Barclays is a dope venue. Let's get it. And then I even seen people on the East Coast, they haven't got really many big boxing fights recently. So a lot of the people on the East Coast, naturally, they're happy. They're like, all right, we got a good fight. We haven't really been getting much fights. All the big fights have been on the West Coast. I would know because I'm out here in the West Coast in California, right? The day that happened, Ryan Garcia took to his social media and he addressed his disapproval of this. He basically says, I'm going to try everything in my power to bring this fight back to the West Coast. Ryan being from Cali, Victorville to be specific. He says he doesn't want the fight. And then people were mad. And he said, hey, I don't got nothing against the city. You know, NYC is cool, but I have my own reasons and I want to do what's best for my career. So for me, that's bringing the Haney fight back to the West Coast. Clearly, this is confusing to a lot of people because, I mean, what the heck? Fight gets announced, finally confirmed, is on the East Coast. Ryan Garcia said he's going to try to pull it back to the West Coast. They did some good promotion in New York. They did the press tour, the first leg of a 2-city press tour, New York and Los Angeles. The same day they were in New York, they were on the Breakfast Club, or at least Ryan Garcia was. And you also had him on ESPN's First Take. So good promotion. Then they did the press conference. Some of you guys seen it. They also did Ariel Helwani's show, the MMA Hour, right? So everything was seemingly good. Everything was understood. Devin Haney says in the media scrum, Ryan Garcia was drunk and he reeked of booze or something, right? So all this stuff is bizarre. Like, why is Ryan at a press conference, whatever time it was in New York, let's say noon, 1, why would he be reeking? Why would he be smelling like beer or booze or whatever the case is? All of that was insanely weird to me. And I've talked about this. I said everything I'm saying in this video, I've already addressed because I'm the best in the business. People said that Tank fought a watered down version or not the best version of a guy like Ryan Garcia. But the reality is, this version, after losing to Tank via knockout, he sounds insane. He sounds like unhinged and like, you know, out of sorts. People are really wondering what's going on with Ryan Garcia. Again, by the time you're watching this video, I don't know if anything will have changed. But with Devin Haney saying, I'm not going to the press conference tomorrow, this dude Ryan is wasting my time and everyone else's time, get the uck out of here. They have the final press tour stop in Los Angeles. It should be easy peasy. Devin, he lives in Vegas. LA, Vegas, very close in proximity. Ryan Garcia has family in SoCal. He originates from that area. This was supposed to be the easiest part of the tour, and now you have the main event. Keep in mind, Golden Boy hasn't announced an undercard. So we don't know what the undercard. So you need the main event is the point I'm making. You got to have the main event because at the end of the day, we don't even know fully who's on the undercard. I'm talking about both A and B, not like, oh, we're going to put Arnold Barboza on the undercard, but you don't know who he's fighting, right? The press tour, people want to see to build up the main event. Furthermore, Golden Boy hasn't even announced the undercard in its entirety. So clearly you need Devin to show up. Clearly you need Ryan Garcia to show up. And the night before, Ryan Garcia pulls a stunt like this where he's smoking weed. Make sure you guys follow me. Smoking weed. Now, I know some people are like, oh, it's just weed. But what does that look like? You got to look at the optics of things. So a pro athlete smoking weed ahead of his massive fight, saying we lit ASF, trying to be like Nate Diaz or something. And this is somebody who says, oh, I'm all in the church and Jesus and Bible thumping. It's what is this even about? And it almost looks like Ryan Garcia is somehow attempting to like sabotage this event. That's what it looks like. So it's very bizarre stuff from Ryan Garcia, who looks like almost like he's trying to find a way out of the fight. And that's not good. Ryan Garcia was on the X Spaces and he was saying some very bizarre things that have a lot of people concerned. Will this fight be next?
Bro, how's training going? Everything
amazing, bro. Looking good. Training good. I'm laughing because I'm high as fuck.
That's what I like to hear.
He said he's training good in camp, but he's laughing because he's high as up.
How's training going? Everything
amazing, bro. Looking good. Training good. I'm laughing because I'm high as fuck.
That's what I like to hear, Ryan. Bro, how's training going?
Wow. You guys let me know what you make of it. Ryan Garcia says he's looking good, he's training good, but he also took the time to mention that he was high as uck, and he took this time to post this on his page, We Lit ASF, and he posted this. And like, my thing is this, it just seems real juvenile. Like, I'm from California, so I know mad smokers because this Cali, you know, Cali got that ooh-wop, that real stuff, you know what I mean? I don't smoke, but I know plenty of people that do. The thing that's kind of juvenile about it is like Ryan Garcia seems like almost like a teenager. Like, this is like trying to be cool or look cool or whatever the case may be. And I think that's the part that's confusing a lot of people. Like, for example, weed is legal in the state of California, right? So he'll probably be good. It'll be definitely clear his system by 420 when the fight happens in New York. And I believe New York actually has changed their laws, so weed is legal there too. So Ryan should be good. Again, some people are like, tis, he's smoking a little weed, who cares? But it's deeper than that, because one, I got a question. If you're a brand, if you're a professional athlete and you have a major fight and people think you're a massive underdog as is, what do you look like when it looks like you're not taking it serious from a variety of your actions? You're talking about your girlfriend. You're saying you want to train your girlfriend to be a boxer in KSI's league. You're going at Bryce Hall and posting memes. You're going at Sugar Sean O'Malley, a UFC fighter, telling Dana to hit you up. You're saying you want to pull the fight from the East Coast after it's already announced for the East Coast and they got flyers, and you're saying you want to bring it back to Vegas. People are going to be hesitant to like even buy tickets because it seems too flimsy. Now Devin Haney, as of me recording this video, is saying that he's not showing up to the press conference. You're smoking weed and saying you're doing a live with Nate Diaz. It's like he's all over the place. It's like multiple people. Like he's on his Kanye West or whatever. When Kanye West said slavery was a choice, and he just had a vicious news cycle on TMZ. He was on TMZ saying weird stuff. Paparazzi would catch him dressing weird, acting weird. That's what it seems like with Ryan Garcia. Like he's having a full conniption fit and meltdown for whatever reason. And I don't quite understand it. But at first I was like, because for me, I try to look at all the various possibilities. I'm like, why is Ryan doing this? Maybe it's a little bit of skullduggery to get under Devin Haney's skin, right? So maybe he wants Devin Haney to think he's not training, but secretly he's really out there training. Yeah, right? So I was like, maybe that's it. But then your antics are so extreme that Devin is saying, I ain't even wasting my time to go to that press conference. I mean, this is terrible. And I think a lot of the people involved, you know, they wanted to try to replicate the magic of Tank Davis fighting Ryan Garcia. And that fight was a big fight, hit over 1 million plus views in terms of viewership. But you look at Ryan Garcia, he just seems like all over the place. I don't know if making as much money so quick as he did in that particular fight got him on some different ish. I don't know if he is still mad that the fight's in New York, so he's trying to sabotage it. Some people think he doesn't want to fight Devin Haney for real because it could be a second loss, you know. And this is just as of me recording the video. I would not be surprised if I included all of the information that I possibly could to this point, and 30 minutes later, an hour later, there's another tweet or another announcement or something else crazy, because that's where it's trending, you know. So when you guys watch this video, if there's newer information that's come out, because I can't include everything, certain things happen after I hit stop and I'm not recording anymore. But again, I wouldn't be surprised at anything at this point. Ryan Garcia seems he's acting like a lunatic almost, you know. So I don't, as of me doing this video, I don't even know if we have a press conference. This erratic behavior is all over the place, up and down like a roller coaster. We don't know. So everybody buckle up and I guess just get ready for the ride. So some of the information that I say in this video, maybe it changes, maybe it doesn't, maybe it gets worse, hopefully it gets better. But this promotion, Haney Garcia, seems all over the place, and Ryan Garcia definitely seems hell-bent on either being cryptic or weird or throwing people off or canceling the fight. I don't know. I haven't quite figured out what his aim is or what he gains by doing all this stuff, but it's extremely weird. And I think it becomes dangerous when you're doing all these things and it's confusing the fans, because let's say it was skullduggery to make Devin Haney mad. It seems a little too extreme, because now you have people talking about or at least they will be disinterested in the fight. Like, I was already picking Devin Haney, but I'm really going to pick. I'm reading these comments on my post, because before I made this video, it was already posted on my social media. People were saying I was already picking Devin Haney, but now he's going to stop Ryan Garcia because Ryan Garcia is too untrustworthy, too unsavory. I don't trust anything he's doing. He's moving weird, etc., etc. So the problem for Ryan is whatever reason is causing him to do this stuff, this behavior is off-putting and is putting people in a mindset where they're not going to take this fight serious. Devin Haney, no problem. He looks like he's training. He's in the gym. He's doing his thing. So no one's really doubting Devin Haney is doing his best job to train. But Ryan Garcia, he's losing people, and it could end up coming back to bite him. And maybe that's his intent. I don't know. I'm not Ryan Garcia. But I'll just say this is not like the Tank buildup. There was none of these. Ryan wasn't acting all weird and his face twitching and stuff like that. So if this fight gets canceled, I wouldn't be surprised at anything. And I predicted this. I said this. I said I wouldn't be surprised well before Ryan Garcia was doing all these posts. If the fight got moved, if the fight got canceled, if it gets postponed, And the bad thing is we've been here before. Ryan Garcia has already pulled out of fights. Ryan Garcia has already had, opportunities to show who he is, and then it just seems like shenanigans. And I just keep finding it funny, and I told you all these things every step of the way. People said this is the best version of Ryan Garcia. Tank didn't get the best version, but the version Tank got seemed a lot more stable than what we're seeing. And there was never a point in the Tank buildup where Tank threatened to not show up to the press conference. He might have shown up late or something like that, but now you got Devin Haney, who doesn't even want to bother going because he's busy training, and it looks like Ryan Garcia is all over the place. In the past, for this fight, when Ryan was trying to move the locations, Devin Haney tweeted that Ryan is working on his escape plan. So you don't want to be doing all these games for it. Maybe this is real. Maybe he's having a real episode or mental breakdown or mental health issues again. But if he's just doing it for a psychological advantage, it's a bad look because people already think that you're liable to pull out. You have pulled out in past fights. You've had opportunities. You said you didn't want to be a champion. This just doesn't look like someone who wants to be a champion as of right now, And the problem I have is I don't think you should say you suffer from mental health and then be playing around with that, and trying to be cryptic or confuse people. I don't know. I don't believe in any of that. You're supposed to be selling this fight. People want to see the fight, and they signed up for the best version of both of the fighters in the main event. So if you got a lot of stuff going on to the point where you need to drop out, then that needs to be understood ASAP. And that needs to be addressed. Get help if you need help. If you want to fight, then, build the fight. He's not putting the flyers up. He's not really talking about it. He just seems distracted and like he's lacking focus. Ryan Garcia, he's not even, I don't know, I don't know why he's doing it. So I'm at a loss for words when it comes to that. But I'm sure I'm going to see a whole bunch of interesting news in the next several hours regarding Ryan King Rye Garcia. Let me know what you guys think. Is Ryan Garcia doing too much? Is it turning you off from the fight? Again, you're supposed to be building the fight and making people want to see it. All this weird extra stuff is making people probably not want to see the fight. And the people who pick Devin is making them more confident. Even if the fight does go forth. What is that? Oh, that's AI. I was about to say, who did that? But yeah, I just feel like there's a fine line between branding and promotion and acting erratic and weird and confusing people on the location and stuff like that. You guys let me know what you think right now in the comment section, and subscribe to my channel. Best in the business, and it's not even close.